Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Vikings going up against the Steelers. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They come in off a good win on the road, and now they hit the home opener at 1-0. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line.
And the way they played last week defensively, you look at the tape, it looks like they had extra guys on the field, and they thoroughly shut down that offense.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Vikings, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
Tight on this side, boys. Tight on the left. Tight on the left. Move. Here we go.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Caught, left side, it's Barnidge. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. And they're 6 yards away from picking up the first here on 2nd down.
3 down. These 2. Take the edge.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Watch left. Tight end to the left. Tight end left. Here we go. Hey, boys. Back in.
Now the rookie from Pitt, this is James Conner. No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's brought down. The numbers there for Brown from a week ago. 4 catches, 62 yards.
Better tighten up the coverage if you expect to slow this guy down, because if he gets going, he'll eat you up.
Tight end's left. Tight end's left. 4 down. 4 down. Beat these 2. 4 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, baby. Boom.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here.
2 times. 2 times. 4 down.
Now Roethlisberger. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits, and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
All right, say it with me now. A lot of different words we come up with. Maybe we go back and forth after that play, getting his toes tapped down to make that catch. Crafty.
Yep.
Wiley. Oh, definitely.
All the veteran names.
You name it. Has every move in the book and continued to get better throughout his career so he can make that type of a catch.
So the opening drive for him here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, you've got the ball. Put points on the board first and let everyone start to celebrate.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The play clock's running down. First carry now for the rookie, Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Time running out here on the play clock.
All right, here we go.
Oh, snap came at 1. Keenum, he's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Play clock winding down.
All right, here we go.
Just beating the play clock. Keenum. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, that league, I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. The left side caught.
Motion. Maybe you put him on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. To throw, it's Keenum. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. A look at the numbers from a week ago for Reed. 7 catches, 63 yards.
And what we just saw there was exactly what they need against this defense. Big plays. They were able to pick up a first down on that one.
Around the NFL, an update from a game going on down in Tampa. And it's the Bears who are off to the early lead. Jordan Howard, a first quarter touchdown there. Now a play fake here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Double tight, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. Green. Detroit, Detroit. No, check. Patriot. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Throwing again is Keenum. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. And it's a clinic that we're seeing put on here so far. 6 for 6 first drive of the game for him passing.
You know I'm a defensive guy, and while I'm admiring the heck out of what they're doing, throwing the ball around, all I keep thinking is this is where the quarterback has to go down. You've got to ruffle his timing, change things up, get some more pressure on him, because right now he's way too comfortable in throwing the ball downfield.
The numbers a week ago for Cook. 19 carries, 117 yards.
Well, they set a nice tone in week 1. He's among the leading rushers in the league. I think that they continue to feed him the football and continue to establish the running game so they can get to play action and throw the ball deep later on.
Gun! Check 26, check 26. Set! Green, 39. Green, 39.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
Yeah, he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. Ball on the 3, 3rd down and goal. On the ground, it's Cook. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points. But they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Here we go. Black 80. Hey.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go. Tight right. Set. Look fire. 4 down. Alert.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to float this one deep right side. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away.
Let's go, Stans, make some noise.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
Let me hear that crowd. Let's go.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Double tight. Here we go now. Blue 90. Over.
They go play action here on 1st down. The left side completion to Jones. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. So 2nd and 10 here.
Double tight, double tight. Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now Cook running right. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Stephon Tuitt came out of Notre Dame as another one of those really tall defensive ends, and you just wondered, would they be able to have the leverage to bend and make plays? I think he just gave us an answer with that tackle. The Steelers insert their nickel defense on 3rd down.
Yeah, they add a DB.
Watch 14. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Here's Keenum. And he's able to find Diggs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. On 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me. Good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first it's good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Single, I got a single in the slot, Set! 3-19! 3-19!
On 3rd and long, it's Keenum. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! Jerick McKinnon, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. And I think I saw that right. You tell me if I'm wrong. That was just a fly route, just a go. He went.
Sometimes speed, just pure speed, is going to win. I don't care how athletic you are on the other side of the ball. When a guy's that fast and he can just take off, if a quarterback has time to throw the ball and release it when he wants to, that's the end result. Nothing you can do about that. He was just a better athlete on that play.
Forbath out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. A reminder, coming up tonight, Green Bay visits Atlanta. All sorts of storylines there. A playoff rematch, also the opening of Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And then on Monday night, the Giants host the Lions.
So the Giants play on Sunday night and Monday night to open the season.
Yeah, 2 under the lights. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. The tight end, Gary Barnidge, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
Trucks over him and able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
On 3rd down, that's Connor, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's who you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production meetings they don't want to be in, 3rd and long, and that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got... to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
Get high. Get high. Get high. Get high.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Steelers defense getting ready here for this next possession. And they gave up a touchdown last drive. You kind of need to hit the reset button after every touchdown given up, Charles.
I love that. And the way that you phrased it is perfect because from series to series, you can reset how the game is going to go. If you gave up a touchdown before, it doesn't mean you have to do it again. And if you made a great play before, you have to reset again anyway because they're going to attack. So I love the way you phrased it and put it out there. That's what they have to do in this series.
It's not like when you're playing a video game. You can't hit the reset button here. Let's go.
No, you shouldn't anyway. That's for sure.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Watch the safety creep. No. Check. Patriot. Check. Set. 3-19.
3-19. Keenum now on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
On second down, Cook trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. In a 3-4 defense there and against the run, a lot of responsibility can fall on that nose tackle.
A ton of responsibility, no pun intended, because they've got to deal with not just the center, both guards, and a lot of times they have to eat up double teams in order to let the rest of the guys get to the football. But how about that play? He not only did he eat up the double team, he ate up the ball carrier as well.
I was going to say, talking about puns, you said eat up the double team.
Detroit!
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Double tight, double tight.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Green 39! Green 39!
Back to the ground, Cook. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
And an update now from down in Baltimore. And it's the Browns out to the early advantage. Deshaun Kaiser, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this from 43. And Forbath will put this one through. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3.
Well, it's not unusual to know that Kai Forbath has kicked for multiple NFL teams, right? Washington, New Orleans. They took over the Vikings job when Blair Walsh ended his tenure there when he was struggling. How about his start with the Vikings, though? Made 15 straight.
Yeah, he took over in Week 10, and you're right, hit every field goal the rest of the season. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. Easy.
It's Connor as they stay on the ground. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And Barnage has it on the right side. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now Case Keenum in the offense heading back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing now is Keenum. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ryan Quigley, 5th-year man from Boston College, in to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
Four down.
Black fire.
They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Well, at least he was able. To break that initial contact, or it could have been a loss.
Yeah, give credit to the defensive player, though. What did he do? Made him slow down, slow up his feet, and allowed the rest of the guys to get there to finish him off.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Connor. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now out comes Minnesota. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
A dump down to McKinnon. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. So we hit halftime with our bid. You folks don't know what you're missing. You're missing Larry Ridley. Ready to get back, though, to this Week 2 matchup. Let's get to it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 8. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll bootleg it here with Keenum. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The Vikings on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is third down and 12. From the gun, here's Keenum. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere. And oh, he coughed it up, and this belongs to the Vikings. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Over! Hey, watch the lane. Take 4.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It's a gain of 7, and it'll make it a second down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. The Vikings on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Set! 3-19!
Back to throw, Keenum. It's caught, Jones. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue
To throw on second down is Keenum. And Reed with it over the middle. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
The offense on third down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Let's go.
Keenum. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
On first down, it's Keenum. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On second down, here's Keenum. Over the middle, complete. That's Reed. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Here we go, Detroit!
On second down, here's Keenum. Throwing the slant pattern here, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Double tight. All right, here gun! No, check. Patriot. Watch 85, ball's going.
Now it's Keenum here off the bootleg. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium there in the third quarter in Tampa. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Jameis Winston leading the way offensively.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Focus, defense, focus.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now Keenum on 3rd and goal. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Stephon Diggs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive.
Single, single. Single, single. Motion, motion. Watch 10. Watch 10.
Hurry up, let's go.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Check, 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 check.
Fighting down past the 45. It's complete to Brown, right side. And a nice gain of 21 yards. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son. And then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what the receivers are going to do. He actually has wide receivers' eyes when he's throwing the ball.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Double tight.
Set! Like 30.
We got 4 down.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
Looking around the league from Raymond James Stadium, they're in the third quarter in Tampa. And the Bears have scored again. They've got that one on cruise control. From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Jordan Howard with a touchdown in that one. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off, so you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Green. Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. Green, 39. Green.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll be knocked down sideways, right at the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up.
319.
Hey, 50. 50's the mic. 50's the mic.
Gone.
Hey, check 24.
Throwing on 3rd down, Keenum. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Got double tight. Double tight. Set. Green 39. Green.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch.
Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4.
Double tight. Double tight. Double tight. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And in this situation with a lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Tight ends on the Lucy. Set. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. 3 down.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Again, it's Cook. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Vikings on 3rd down. Now, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and 5.
Green 39. Green 39.
We got 3. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
To throw is Keenum. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down.
Tight, watch left. Tight, watch left.
Black 20.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, it's a screen pass. It's complete. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. It's caught. It's Barnidge over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Gary Barnidge, a Pro Bowler at the age of 30. What do you have, a 1,000-yard season that year, 2014?
Yep.
Got let go by Cleveland recently after the draft. David Njoku drafted out of Miami really to take his place.
And his production last year, it wasn't awful by any means, but it had dipped down to around the 600-yard mark.
And Gary Barnidge, one of the nicest guys in the league. He had just sent out a message on social media welcoming David Njoku to Cleveland, and the Browns let him go the next day.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Got deep third, deep third. Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. And this one brought in by Barnidge. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 17-yard line.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him.
Double tight, double tight.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They run with Connor. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground at the 19. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's third down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Now, I can't imagine any celebrations being any bigger than your first NFL touchdown. And this rookie running back is still seeking his. He's not going to get it on that play.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
Hey, guys, check me out. We got 3 down, but we got to stand
And
up.
the defense definitely showing blitz here. Here's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done. Brandon's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Arthur Moats. Not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third line, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. Now, defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. With it is Brown. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Set. Blue 30. Hey.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's third down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pick up there at 20 yards.
I know everyone wants that prototypical wide receiver, you know, the 6'3", 200-plus pound guy, like a Julio Jones and A.J. Green and Dez Bryant. Antonio Brown just shatters that, doesn't he? Smaller in stature, but still able to use his quickness, his elusiveness, and his strength to create big plays.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Alert. 3 down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
All right, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
Double tight.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Double tight. White 80. White set. Mike.
Here's Roethlisberger. This is caught. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
No. Check. Let's go. Leopard. Hurry up. Here we go. Green.
Throwing now. Keenum. The left side completion to Jones. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Now, the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling could lead to no yards gained.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd.
Set! Left gun! Gun! Check three.
Shotgun snap for Keenum. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Elsewhere, 4th quarter score now for Baltimore. And the Ravens have wound up winning that affair. Sam Bradford, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. Here's Ryan Quigley now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. Now Brown. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out come the Steelers. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Now they go screen, it's complete. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's got room. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Here's Jordan Berry now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. And it was the Colts emerging victorious. Andrew Luck, 2 touchdown passes in the W. And we're hitting the end of this one, and it looks to probably be the final play.
Our time. It's our time. Set! Green, 39!
Keenum wants to throw it. The left side caught by Diggs. A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that.